Hey there, I'm Taz Singh, and I've been working with communities for as long as I can remember. Fundamentally, communities are made up of people, so this is my journey going to those communities and talking to those people. Come along with me. Awesome. So I'm back. I'm back here with Justin. He started Render. I know Render through Ashley, who was kind of raving about Render to me yesterday. Yeah. Awesome dude. Everything I've seen online, it's just like it's a conference like I've never seen ever before. I mean, like the vibes, the kind of like everything about it is unreal. Like I've never been to one myself. I'd love to go to one. I just haven't yet. But yeah, I'm curious about you, Justin. Like you started Render, you founded Render. You were mentioning Render is actually not just a conference. A conference is a mechanism to connect people.
Correct.
But at the end of the day, you're most interested in connecting people.
Correct.
So tell me more about that.
Yeah. So Render, as we know it now, started as a conference, which started back in 2019 with the idea of just having the coolest React JavaScript conference possible. So that's why even today you can still see hints of that, such as in our name, Render comes from the React method of the render method. So, things like that are still Easter eggs in our, branding. But it evolved from just trying to be the best possible conference to now being a way to, like you said, connect people through really unique activations or really unique experiences, such as our new brand called the Black Tech House.
Oh, amazing.
So we do that, or we do the conferences around the country, or we do the smaller meetups around the country as well. So all of these things ultimately bubble up to us sourcing talent to help brands such as the Amazons or the Microsofts of the world find who they need and make their brands more culturally relevant and culturally welcome. Like just hearing all of this, it's a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? I love every moment of this. This is amazing to me. That to me is so refreshing. You know what I mean? Like essentially we're a community hub. Right. Essentially we're there to elevate people, elevate the community. Like our whole mission is that the community is only as good as the people within it, and people help people at the end of the day. So by helping people, we help the community. By helping the community, we help people. Right. And everything you just said, without knowing me very well or without knowing what I do very well, aligns so nicely with all of those things. So I mean, it's just so refreshing to hear and so lovely to hear. Yeah. And I think something you said, you do it in unique ways, unique experiences. So I think that's to me what's so different with everything you're doing, everything Render's doing, conference-wise. I think you said you have like museum activations. Yeah. So we went to Kansas City, Missouri, and took over the National Negro League and Jazz Museum and did a whole tech pop-up there. Yeah, so we noticed that at larger festivals or larger events such as at Miami Tech Week or even at Coachella or at Lollapalooza, there's a group of Black people that always go, but there isn't anywhere for us to safely gather. And particularly those that are also in a tech. Yeah. So we noticed that there's a high crossover between those that are in a tech and going to like Coachella or going to like Burning Man. It's because we got a lot of disposable capital. Yeah. So we said, okay, let's build a house or let's have an activation called Black Tech House that you could go to if you RSVP and you are chosen to go to it. That way, if I'm at Lollapalooza, Coachella, Burning Man, Rolling Loud, Emerge, anything that is happening, I know that there's a Black Tech House around. I just have to go find it.
Oh man, that this guy is doing. Oh man, I love this so much. I love this so much. But like this is amazing to me. So I'm born in apartheid South Africa.
Oh. Okay.
And so I feel what you mean when you say safe place for people to gather, because growing up, that was obviously a big issue for us. Growing up in apartheid was safety and kind of a place to gather. I'm not sure how much you know about apartheid, but a story that I sometimes tell for people to kind of understand kind of what we went through in South Africa was. The beach, like there's a lovely beach here in Miami, like amazing beach. I love the Miami beach. It's just beautiful and lovely and all those great things. The city that I grew up in, which was basically Durban, South Africa, there they had a lovely beach as well, a beautiful beach. But under apartheid, like each part of the beach was segregated based on racial group.
Really?
And so there was a white part of the beach, like a brown Indian part of the beach, which was a part of the beach that we were allowed in, and then a black part of the beach. It was against the law to go into a different race's part of the beach. You would be fined and potentially jailed for going into someone else's part of the beach.
Wow.
And you could guess which part of the beach was the cleaner part of the beach that they actually had cleaners for, and you could guess which part of the beach wasn't, it was like just littered with jellyfish and everything. And so, long story short, we left because of the crime. We left because we almost died at that beach. And so we were almost kidnapped and killed at that beach. And so, like for me on a very personal level, just hearing what you just said, kind of, really speaks volumes to me. And I kind of, very deeply relate to kind of those same kind of feelings and everything. And so, the fact that you're doing that, especially you're doing that here in Miami, I'd love to come tomorrow and kind of see more myself.
Amazing, man. We would love to have you, bro.
Yeah, awesome.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess before we were interrupted, you're telling me a little bit about this museum activation in Kansas City. So tell me more about that.
So we got a phone call that there was a lot of people interested, or a lot of people following a render based out of Kansas City, Missouri. So we hopped on a plane and went up there, and we didn't know that they had the National Negro Baseball League Museum up there.
Oh, really?
And the Jazz Museum up there.
Yeah.
So we asked, can we have an activation here? They're like, absolutely. So we actually took it over for the night and did a whole tech pop-up there. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
That would be so dope. Yeah.
So it was I think that's a true icon or a true moment for the company where we were like, yes, this is actually the culture that you could now see, which is the National Negro League.
Yeah.
Meets the Jazz Museum, meets tech.
Yeah.
You don't really see that happening.
You don't see that. I don't see that happen anywhere.
Right. So by us doing stuff like that, it made everybody that usually don't come out say, what's going on over here? Like, who's activating in there?
Yeah.
I would say a tech organization. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, why not just have it at a church hall or something?
Yeah.
Y'all went out the way to have it actually happen inside the National Negro League. That was amazing, So stuff like that is why we do like what we do, because it gets other people to come on out
and basically Ashley was saying yesterday at the conference you had like someone's grandma's chicken wings. And I'm just like, that's amazing as well, you know what I mean? You get to connect over food in that way, but it's not like conference food. Like I'm not sure if you had lunch here. The lunch here was terrible. Like I mean, I'm sorry we wrecked Miami, but I mean the lunch could have been stepped up a little bit.
Food is always throughout eons, throughout centuries. Food has always been the main way that people exchanged ideas or communicated with each other. That's why we do things like a Thanksgiving, even though if you know the origin story of it, it's horrible.
The origin story, but it's horrible. But
the idea of your close friends now, a family, and anybody else in between, coming together at a table to share ideas and to share food. Again, it brings people together in ways that usually isn't possible. So that's why at all of our events, like if you come to the Black Tech House tomorrow, you will see a food there.
Oh my God.
Plentiful. Drinks there as well. Plentiful. Because we want you to feel a great time, drink and eat until your hearts are content.
That's amazing. And I think like for me personally, like I think a lot of other people are maybe in the same position that I am. Everything that you just mentioned, it's not something I'm frequently exposed to. I mean, I'm living in London, UK now. I mean, there's none of that over in England. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nobody's grandma's chicken wings over in England. You know what I mean? And so it's a whole vibe that I'm just not exposed to at all. And so like connecting over that commonality is amazing to me. So, but yeah, so like you're fundamentally trying to connect people. You're fundamentally trying to elevate people. You're fundamentally trying to help people my
goal is that
become like
if you could meet one person right there that you have never met before, my mission is accomplished.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So,
I guess tell me more about yourself. Like what do you do outside of tech? What do you do outside of render?
I mean, I think you and I both know this to be true that as a startup founder, you don't have no life at all. Especially when you're a bootstrap startup. You don't have no life other than the company, and then there's you. And that creates, as you know, good days, bad days mentally.
Yeah.
And emotionally.
Yeah.
But what do I do other than that? Not much, man. I really wish I could say more. I mean, I've now created a bad habit of buying things. I like to buy expensive things.
You're telling me with the camera equipment we have in front of us, right? Yeah.
Like I used to be like, oh, I might go buy a whole new game. That's like $60.
Yeah.
Now that you making money and stuff, you now transform that $60 impulse buy into, let me go buy a new $1,200 bag.
Yeah.
And I'm happy again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like you said, you bought a video game. Like, do you end up playing those video games?
I haven't played a video game in the last 10 years.
I've done the same. Like, I buy video games, but I haven't played any of them.
I think the last, I didn't even know that the damn PS5 came out.
Yeah.
Then I walk in Target one day, a PS5. I'm like, when the hell did this come out? And like back in the day, I was a Sony fanboy. You couldn't tell me anything other than like Sony. I'm talking about a PS1, a PS2, PSP. I waited and got that thing launch edition of PSP.
Oh wow.
A PS3, waited outside in the cold 3 days. Launch edition PS3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. Like I was a PSX. Like I was a hardcore Sony boy.
And now PS5 came out and you didn't even know.
I haven't owned a PlayStation in years.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's crazy. I think I really just don't find the time no more. I find them intriguing enough. Games I like to play now, since we're on that topic, I like to play brain teasers. So I teach brain
okay.
So like, there was a game called The Room that came out on
phone.
Like you had tilt your phone and move it and fire all the puzzle pieces.
I think it's like an Egyptian game or something. I think it has like roots in Egypt.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So it's like a 3-part series now. So I did that. I love that. I like playing crossword puzzles or Jeopardy and shit like that now.
Have you gotten into Wordle?
No, so I hate that game.
Same. I also hate that game. Yeah.
It's just weird to me, but
yeah.
I mean, even stuff like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I'll also play it too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I can relate to the whole startup founder thing. I was talking to Brandon Bayer, and he's like, oh, how come you came into the conference at like 11? I'm like, because I was working till 5 a.m. till 11, getting all my work down, like out of the way for the day, so I can actually come here and talk to people like Justin. But yeah, dude, it was a pleasure, absolute pleasure talking to you.
Appreciate you,
I love everything you're doing.
Thanks so much.
Go check them out. Go check out Render. Go check out
renderatl.com.
blacktechhouse.com. And how do they find you online? Like what's your Twitter?
If you want to find me, you got to follow me at Thug Debugger everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, if they even have that, I'm everywhere. So Thug Debugger. But make sure you follow the conference too, Render ATL everywhere.
We'll make sure to post that in the description. But yeah, thanks again, Justin.
Thank you, bro.
Pleasure as always. Yeah, see you.